again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. If this is your first time on my channel, much love to you and welcome to my returning subs, my grown, extended, beautiful family. Trust believe everything that you are enduring right now is meaning that you are so close to victory. It's not even funny. So trust and believe, stay firm, stay proactive, stay resilient, stay focused on your blessing. Many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very informative to you, give you good vibes, inspiration that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment and needing confirmation, validation, or just needing spiritual guidance, please go ahead and share. While you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. And thank you once again for the love and support. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. Y'all, the video YouTube channel I'm using for my meditation is called Miracle Tones Meditation. And the music that I'm listening to in the background is called Calming Self Music, 432 hertz, healing frequency, positive love, energy, relaxing miracle tones. And I will paste their link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, when every day feels like a constant battle, confirms that you are so close to victory. This is for you. I was supposed to do videos yesterday, y'all. Sorry, but my energy is like, okay. I was supposed to do videos yesterday, but it was just so many people's energy that I felt like it just needed to be comfort, because there's a lot of times where we feel like we're very stretched thin. That's what I'm going to say, stretched thin. And you're going through different things where you feel like you can be positive one day and the next thing you know, something will pop up the next day. It's like it feels like it's a constant battle. If it's not one thing, it's another. It could be your children, it could be your finances, it could be your home life, it could be a stressful job. It's just getting through things just to release, just to find that peace of in your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. It's like I've been going through that majorly in the last few days, but it's just like for the last 2 days, I've been feeling like calm, going through that. Oh, well, I forgot to tell y'all, in case if you're listening to the vibe, the music, the meditation music, and you can hear it. I try to be where y'all can still hear it, but I don't want to be yelling over the music and be very distracting. If you feel something in the heart chakra, it's like it feels like a poke or a crack feeling, that's from the vibrations of the song. Because I just finished. I had to re-record this because I was messing up, so I had to go ahead and do that. So I was like, oh, I'm feeling it again. It feels like heartburn at least, but it feels like somebody's taking a knife and like cracking all the excess stuff ain't supposed to be there. But there's so many people I know that are going through things. Hell, we all are going through things, and it just seems like the enemy will just stay heavy on your covering. He tries to, and you're going through a lot of different things. And it's just like you have to allow yourself to change the perspective on how you see the things that you're going through. And at times it can be very hard. For a while, it would be a point where I can be so positive and so giddy and do my videos. And next thing you know, all hell break loose after that. And it's like lately I've been watching a lot of meditative, not meditative, but it's like there's this channel called Trailblazers, where they put like different sermons on for the day. It's like about probably 10-15 minutes, maybe even 30, about different things you can totally relate to. It's just like, when it just seems like your life is a constant battle, or it just feels like you're going, or you're being attacked by spiritual warfare. We're all going through these things where they're sending out a lot of things in your life where you're trying out your hardest to find that peace of mind. And it's just like you have to find out what is really hurting you, what is the things that you're still holding on to that has you feel like that you can't go no further. A lot of times the enemy will press on you and constantly remind you of the things that you fall short on. With my situation, um I always want to find peace just to be able to meet my family, know that my family, being able to connect with my biological family after my dad's passing, just to be able to be where, my dad does his music, all those things I've yearned for. And the enemy wants to constantly remind me of that, or they'll send people my way, they'll act like they're for me and they're totally against me about my situation when they know about my situation. um, Family members, reflectors, as I call them, because I don't want to call them family members because they're not family. There would be times I would be angry, like, if you really feel that I'm lying, why would you worry about what I'm saying? I mean, you can, if you ever felt that way, you can always sue me for defamation of character if you really feel that way, you know. But you can't, because it's the truth, and you try to stop that. And it's just like, there will be certain things that I don't even want to speak on. And it's just like, you have to have that faith in yourself. You know what's going on. You know what is out there to try to hurt you. You know what's out there that's trying to stop you. You just have to know you're protected through all those things. You have to be able to go through that storm until you become your own storm, and to being able to fix what you thought was unfixable. There's times where I felt like I can't be loved because there was always stuff that was frowned upon me that I could never be loved. I kept on finding out, being in the toxic relationships, getting in touch with people that really weren't, they were abusive of me, and I always felt like that's normal. That, that's just me. I had that affliction of not being able to be loved. But being on the spiritual path, it is so totally different. Even when I've had people that have came into my life, and even though I've helped them, and then they end up trying to, they felt either jealous about certain things or they try to block me about certain things. I'm like, look, it's not my fault who I'm related to. It's not my fault about that. You're being mad at me about things that I have no control over. And that's what I've been through my whole life. And, universe wanted to use that as that example to just be able to say, look at all the things that she's endured. There's a lot of things that, not trying to say that my situation is worse off than yours. We all have had our pillar of sorrow, pain, trauma, whatever, and you're still here. That lets you know that you're strong because you see the things that you have endured. The things that you're having a constant battle with, and a lot of times enemy will use that against you. It's just like, okay, you've been toiling for this how long, and have you gotten what you have worked hard for, or has God and universe provided the things that you have worked hard for? You feel like you've earned, and enemy, ego, devil, whatever, they will make it seem like you're never going to get these things, and they're somewhat right. You ain't gonna get those things. You're gonna get way more than what you're thinking, because what you want is smaller than what's gonna be in store for you. There's a lot of things that I went ventured out for, thought that it was gonna be made outright for me, and it's been, when I've said, the things that I've held dear in my life to get through these things was all turned against me, or it was blocked from my path. And when I say that, hurt like hell to endure. But then it showed me you keep going, even though these things aren't in your life, or it is blocked from your life for this moment, doesn't mean if it's right for you it won't come back. you know there's things that may turn against you. It's like with my situation, they know badly I want to be able to go home, and they know what it takes for me to get home. So they used my biological mother against me and blocked her away from me by telling her different things, feeding fear into her, you know, turning my children against me. So I speak to my children, but it's not like our connection is not as strong as it used to be. So when I use the forgiveness, went towards the forgiving role of, letting go of the things that I went through with, people that had their strong hand into this. Enemy kept trying to bring back the things that they have done to me. And I had to say, I'm rebuking you. I'm really rebuking you. Regardless of what has happened to me, these people can't touch me. They can see me all they want, but they can't touch me. You know, you have to be able to tell yourself that you're going through a lot of things for a reason. You know, these are clearing your slate, and never told you clearing your slate would be something that's easy. They're proving to you no matter what is being placed on you, no matter what you're struggling with, no matter what things you feel like you can't get over, you will get over those. And you're coming close to getting over those. That's the reason why enemy is harping on you so far, harping on you so hard right now, because you're so close to conquering what has held you down for so long. You know, there's people that I talk to, and I send, hugs out to y'all, because I know, I know. I may not know your situation, but I know that pain where you just desperately want to let that go, but things just keep coming up like indigestion, and it's hurting your heart. You can't breathe. It just feels like you can't sleep. It messes with your mind. It messes with your eating habits. Hell, it even messes with your digestive tract. It just depends on how much you're enduring. A lot of times you don't have that faith in yourself to know that you're that pure light that can overcome everything. And it's hard for that, because a lot of times we try to control the outcome and not allow it to unfold within itself, knowing, hey, it's going to work out just fine for you. You just have to keep focused on what you're doing today. You can't say what's going to go, 5, 10 days down the line, wonder how things going to unfold. With my situation, I get excited, all over again, because I know I'm doing good. There's times where I have to give myself that milestone, because and you have to do that as well. When there's like a painful situation that's coming up, and knowing you have already made peace with it, you laid it at that feet. you know it's just like you're laying everything on God's feet, on universe's feet, saying, these are not my burdens. I can't carry these anymore. I can't endure these. It's hurt my heart. It's distracting me. It's blocking me. I'm trying my hardest to stay focused, but these keep hurting me. And they're just wanting you to release that. And it's hard. Trust and believe me, it's hard. Because it's like, for the last 2 days, I've had different connections where it made feels good to the soul. So I'm not gonna get all into the details, but those blessings really felt good to me. And it's like, anytime you have made a conscious decision and it gave you peace afterwards, you are on your right path. You are already on your right path, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have these daily traumas every day, where you feel like you're just so, like, I'm gonna have a good day no matter what is being placed on me. I'm gonna have a good day. And there's always something. You can't control what goes on around you, but you can control how you view them. And I had to keep telling myself that anytime that painful situation want to come up about what somebody's done, or what somebody said, or what somebody tried to place on me, and it's just like the devil will try, he will come at you at all directions. You have to believe that. That's the reason why there's so many people that I know that's going through different things, where they're having different ailments, where it feels like medicine is not even comforting them right now. And it's not going to, because it's just a fact is your heart's so heavy, and it's blocking that blood flow for everything that's supposed to help you connect to that peace, is trying to sever that. So it's just like a lot of people I know that got these injuries. I've had back injuries where it's just like, mine now is from the fact is I'm very active right now. It's just like before, I used to constantly sleep, or when I get up, my whole body feel like I've been into a fight, or a major car accident or something. Now it's just the fact is I can actually say, yes, this pain is from aging and being active and dancing. It's like what was it, last night all the way until this morning. I had like 5, 6 hours of active dancing and working out last night, for the last, because the other night it was like my sleep pattern was so off, because I would go to sleep at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then trying to get up, do videos, talk to other people and stuff like that. So I had to basically like shut down. So there's a lot of people that have been sending me messages, and I've been either really dry, or I said I'm gonna get back to them, and haven't. So I do apologize for anybody if y'all watching these videos. I had to take time for self, and it's just like sometimes you have to be able to shut the world out so you can be able to heal yourself. So I can come back, and feel good. Because it's like this morning I'm watching one. It's just like they'll tell you a lot of times you feel like you're by yourself and you're in a constant storm, and a lot of times you have to be, guided towards that storm. for you to understand everything you went through has a purpose of value to you, purpose of value to your life, because you're so strong. And a lot of times you endure so much where you feel like that's not strength you have. And that's actually strength, because there's so many people that's right now that where I can see they were one of us. And either if it wasn't going through a soul contract, they couldn't endure that pain, and they cut their lives off quick. And there are some of them that, made it look like that, but that was their soul contract where it was up. There's a lot of people that are out here wounding us, placing that wound on us. I'm trying to say it to where it makes sense. Y'all, so apologize. That wish hurt and pain on us. And it's just because you have to understand, when they're doing that, is they're working through pain. They're hurt. They even know it's just like, there's times where I used to cry and tell people like I prayed for them, and then the more I prayed for them, the more they lashed out at me. And that means that prayer is working, because they don't like that. When people, they're being made to confront the things that they're placing on other people. And a lot of times it's hard for you not to be mad about that, but you have to understand, these people are hurting, these things are wounded. And that's why I had to see the things that I was going through when it came to the people I'm connected to, for this situation, for me being here. And it's like there will be things that are coming up, and it's just like the devil like, hey, remember when? Yeah, I remember, but I already let this go, so why you keep bringing it up? What you're saying, what you're trying to sell me, I'm not buying, so you can just go on about your business. And I'd be very choked, as my mom say, with the devil. I just don't have time. When I'm seeing all the good I'm doing by pushing out my videos, being kind, and being able to speak on something, and it end up happening for you. I've had people I've been on one with and can feel something, and boom, it end up happening. Or something I told them to look out for, and boom, it happens. And it's like, I've been blessed to be able to have many gifts that I carry like that. And that shows me, even though I'm not where I want to be at this time, don't mean I won't get there. Don't mean that it's not happening, because it's happening. And I had to be able to allow myself to speak freely of that, not being afraid of what the enemy's trying to bypass on me to try to not get that. Because as long as I'm staying focused on that, it don't matter what people are trying to do around me to block me from what I deserve, for what I've worked hard for what I'm trying to achieve. It doesn't matter to me. So I'm always protected. And I used to fear that, like, ooh, you want me to talk about that? Didn't you tell me not to talk about that? It's just like, you have to have a way of doing that, and you have to be able to stand firm in what you're saying. And that's why, people are like, Roslynn, I love what you talk about, because you keep it real. Because there's days I fall short. There's days that I feel sadness. There's times where my heart feels weary. My mind and my spirituality feels broken, because I'm trying to teach something, but it was like, I had to strengthen the faith within myself that I can do this. And that's what you have to do within yourself, because we can always, we have people that sent towards us and don't realize, you, even though you're their blessing, they become your blessing at the same time. Because a lot of times you're looking for an answer, and it comes to you through a person that you need to talk to at that moment. And then it tells you, and you're like, if y'all been with me for a while, you see the post that I have. Either I posted a long time ago, which I'm gonna end up posting it again, where it's talk about Miss J from America's Next Top Model. Miss J had me die laughing, because it's like somebody will come towards you, and you got something on your mind, and it's like divine sends them towards your life. Your spirit guide send them towards you, and you're answering within your own question on what that person was coming into contact for you. So trust and believe. It's a circle of blessings. You become that person's blessing because you endured so much. So you can give that kindness of reassurance, like, hey, I'm sending you love out there. I know what it feels like, and then you don't realize you're confirming, you're writing that in stone for yourself, but you have to really believe that within yourself. And it's hard at times when you do that, when you have so many things against you. And that's the reason why enemy wants you to focus on that, not focusing on what you're trying to go through, but they want you to focus on what is coming against you. And that's what distraction is. That's what blockages is. When they can't block you from something, they will send all type of reinforcements of distractions. And you have to be able to put that restraining order of spirit, like, you need to stay 100,000 feet away from me. I got you. I know what you're doing. I've had that. And I used to get angry. It's like so many people I went out my way to help, and just because you see something about my life is true, or you feel triggered by something, that is something to do with you. That don't have nothing to do with me. And I'm still pushing love out for you because I know what it felt like for people to try to redirect me in a path that is not going to be good for me. And I still did that because I always tell people, hey, this is a good thing, but don't go around telling people what you're trying to do, because people going to try to block that when they see you have a good thing, or they see that you got that to get that. They feel like because they gave up on their dreams a long time ago, you don't need to have reenact what they can't do. So they'll do that. I've had people, people that I spoke highly of and loved to death, and they're still working their darndest to try to make sure. They try to block me from things, and I'm just like, don't allow myself to put my feelings in that, because they see when people know that that truth is too close to coming out, they'll try to find any and everything to make sure that doesn't happen. And when I'm not allowing myself to stay focused, I'm just focusing on what I'm doing right now, what's going on today. Because when you know that you're covered and you're protected, you've been guided towards to do something very powerful, very beautiful, that you have to recognize within yourself and your surroundings. Don't stay focused on what people are trying to do to you. It's just like it'll come down to you in financial, like you really trying to understand how you're gonna rob Peter to pay Paul. All these these bills are coming up. Pandemic is really just rolling against you, because there's some jobs that just ain't letting you come back right now because of the pandemic. And then the government trying to get money out, and then it may take a while, and you trying to understand, how am I going to be able to do this? But somehow you're still making it. Somehow you're still making it. And a lot of times we don't become appreciative of the things that's going on when there's some people out here that's living up under bridges, and it's too hot outside right now. Things is breaking down in your house, and folks is telling you they can't do it. I'm dealing with stuff like that. Stuff is acting up in my house, and thank God, some kind of way, my air conditioner was acting up, and people like, well, we didn't get approval of it. But I'm like, damn, did you get approval of taking that money though? Do you you ain't got no problem with taking that money, but you got a problem with fixing something that you should be fixing. And I had to go through stuff like that, and I had to allow myself to know, what, it ain't gonna matter. In some kind of way, it's gonna work out for you. Allow yourself to stay focused. If you got ice water, you got ice, you got fans, you got ceiling fans, that's all you need. Don't worry about all that. We got the rest. You had to be able to allow yourself to be appreciating the things that you got, even though those so many things are working against you. And that's what they want you to know, because you're so close to your victory. And and it's just like a blessing with me. There's so many times I done sat here and cried myself to sleep, and cried until my eyes don't swell shut, and then I cry again just because I see how bad my face gotten. Or there's times that I'd have, went through pure depression because I done gained up, passed off my addictions of smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, having a glass of wine every once in a while, to emotional eating, that I gained weight, and I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror. And it's okay, because it's just the fact is you didn't go back to that escape. Even though you may have went to food for comfort, that don't mean that you can't work that off. A lot of that weight that you're holding on is from pain anyway. It ain't just from eating, but it's a lot from that pain that you have endured for so long. Don't be so hard on yourself, because there's not a lot of people that could endure the things that you endured and still be here to tell somebody about it today. And I had to keep being that way. I ain't trying to be a preacher, but it's like when they send me to do something, I have to be able to speak on it. And I always ask, always meditate. Allow me, when you're that spiritual conduit, they tell you to speak through spirit. That's what I'm doing. I'm connecting with, the powers that be up there. And there's a lot of people that's feeling that now. You going through that heaviness. You trying to know, that you pray, and it just seems like your prayers are not being answered. They're being answered, but just not in a way that you expected it to. It's going, when you ask for, God, give me that mind to be able to endure these things. And that's why there's so many different things that's falling apart in front of you, so you can be able to break away from things that we were holding on for so tight. They're no longer needed in our lives. So you're getting your prayers answered, but it's like you're still here. Even though you may be enduring this, you're still here. And that's the reason why they want to show you, regardless of what is falling apart for you, know that you're still standing still. And you got to be able to know that. You have to be able to live it, breathe it, achieve it. You have to be able to do that, and know that you have that power to overcome things. It may be crooked, they can make it become straight. You have to be able to allow yourself to do that when you are so close to victory, conquering, being a conqueror of conquering, being that co-creator of creating something of a new for you. you know it will break you down in so many different ways that and make you feel like you're falling apart, which you are. You're falling apart away from things that are no longer needed in your life, or things that were just that was there supposed to be just for that moment. Those are the things that was supposed to be held on to, but now you're brushing up into something new. You're building up to something new, and some of them old things have to be able to break away from your life, whether it's certain family members, certain friends, certain wives, certain husbands, certain boyfriends, girlfriends, just the circle that you keep. Your perspective is changing in so many ways, and those things are wanting to stay the same, and those are the things you have to detach yourself from. So stay focused on what's going on today. You don't know what's going to go tomorrow because tomorrow hasn't been here yet. You can't focus on what happened yesterday because it's already over. But be focused on today. You know where you're trying to go. You know where you're what you're trying to achieve, and stay focused on that, because it's like the devil will use everything against you to try to distract you from what is more important. Allow yourself to stay focused on what is on your goal. Allow yourself to say, is this going to make my goal any closer to me if I'm worried about this? No, is going to bring me any closer to my goals or my abundance that is really about to be gifted to me if I allow myself to jump into that circle of dread, of sadness, or whatever. You have to allow yourself to make peace, because it's like when you allow yourself to stay fixated on what is taking place in your life that's brought unwanted emotions of pain, anger, resentment, all these different things that's really just holding you down and holding you back. It makes you lose focus on what is truly important that you're trying to go to, and that's what the enemy will do. But trust and believe those doors about to open for you. You're like I said before, your name is being mentioned in places you haven't been yet. There's people who are waiting to see you for the things that you're about to achieve. There's goals and awards that's about to be presented in your life that you have not even achieved yet to be able to get those awards yet, because you're being guided towards that right now. Stay focused on that. Days are coming better for you. Allow yourself to believe that. Allow yourself to claim the existence of that. Better days is on its way. And I would love to give a post notification shout out to Temperance of Enchantress, um, Benny K, Justin B, J. Tyler Ward, and Andreas Alvarez. Much love to you. Brenda Martinez, girl, you already know. Much love to you. Nicole Stevens as well. Linda Johnston, much love to you as well. Netta and Nairi, much love to you as well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. So good to have you. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Give me a thumbs up so you can share the video. So the video will, migrate towards others that need to hear this as well. If you need to get in touch with me privately, you can always find me up under my name at Facebook Messenger. Just leave me a message. Let me know what you go by here. If your name is different, if you have Facebook Messenger, you don't have to have the page to actually have the messenger. You can download that if you need it, or you can find me under IG under the name Roz Nyla Nelson 77. I put that information in the description box below, and I will see you on my next video. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always some out there praying for your better days. I pray that 100,000 times more that what you're trying to manifest into your life comes more than you ever asked for, prayed for, and even imagined, and the same of you receiving it. And even through social distancing, please give out love, light, positivity, prosperity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, that can really take somebody a long way. And I'll see you on my next video. Have a blessed week. Peace. Be well.